What is going on, Chaotix? It is your boy Chaos May 006 here, and we are back with week number 10 of the PDL Season 3. This is the team builder for the Virginia Excavaliers as we prepare to take on the Derby Donphans and coach More2E5. So his team has not changed all season, which is surprising for him because he usually trades. He's been trading a lot the last couple seasons, so it's nice to see him sticking with what he got. He's got Gudra, Kangaskhan, Azumarill, Blastoise, Politoed, Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sand Slash, Donphan, of course, Dragonite, Magnezone, and of course Dragonium Z is his move. Nothing's truly changed for this team, but I do have a little bit of a different play this week. I want to teach Chewy a lesson this week, and sorry if you're watching this, but I want to teach him that he's got to change up his sets. He's got to do different things each week. He can't just keep bringing the same sets. So I'm just going to swamp him this week, try to go for a 6-0 win again. I feel like it's the best way to do it, and really fun way to destroy Chewy. So I pretty much took sets from my old calc last week. I made sure I saved them so I could do them again. But there are a few things I changed up here and there, and just to mess with this team a little bit more, because now we know exactly what he's going to be bringing. Well, what he should be bringing. He's probably going to bring the same team, knowing him, so I tweaked my team a little bit to counter that a little bit better. So let's go to my team this week. We're going to start off with Alolan Ninetales. Now, that's weird because Alolan Ninetales does decently here. And this week we're bringing Max Defense, Max Special Attack, instead of the Max HP from last time we battled in week 6, I think. I wrote Max Defense instead of Max HP, a little bit of Special Attack, and then just enough speed to outspeed Kangaskhan at max speed, which gets 279. We're hitting 280, which is what we did last time we battled. We got Nasty Plot, Blizzard, Freeze Dry, and HP Ground. I did not bring Aurora Veil this week. Now, that could come to bite me in the butt. This is the only set I'm really shaky about this week, is Alolan Ninetales not bringing Aurora Veil. Because Aurora Veil was a really great way for me to deal with Dragonite, because he tried to set up with it, and if he tries to do that again, that's a big old problem there. What I'm hoping, if I see Dragonite, Alolan Ninetales is my lead, and I'm just going to click Blizzard and destroy it, so I don't have to worry about it later on in the match. That's what Ninetales' job is this week. We got Nasty Plot again to boost up, again, Alolan Ninetales. It's not the best special attacker, it's not the best attacking mon in the league, it's more of a defensive, I hate to say it's a defensive pivot, because Ice is a terrible type for defensive plays, but it's a defensive setup set, is usually what's run on Alolan Ninetales, and this week we're not bringing any of that, we're bringing in a full offensive powerhouse set this week. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be interesting. But Alolan Ninetales does have the power to beat Gudra, possibly. It depends on what the final move is. I think it might end up being Fire Blast or Flamethrower, which could cause me some problems. Because of course we're weak to that and we're going to die. We can beat Azumarill, of course, with Freeze Dry. Blastoise, Politoed are a little bit of a weird calc here because they're both going to try to hit Toxic on me. And I don't want to have to really deal with that. Of course, Leftovers will negate it the first time, but after that, not really going to do much. But they do give me a chance to set up Nasty Plots on them, which is really nice. Gudra I also can set up Nasty Plots on, depending on what that final move is. So again, that's what we're going to be looking at. That final move on Gudra, really good for me to bring in here. We can maybe Blastoise and Politoed. Alakazam, we easily take on at +2. Talonflame, we can take on at +2, which is fun. Ampharos, maybe. We can beat Donphan, Dragonite, and Magnezone. Yeah, we can beat Magnezone with this set. HP Ground just does a lot of damage to destroy Magnezone. And Ninetales is my lead counter. This week I worked on lead counter. I didn't work on really fixing the rest of the squad. I went, what's going to give me the best opportunity to take on what he's going to lead with. So we've seen him lead in the past Alakazam. Really I don't want to fight that here, but I can. Alakazam was one of them. Ampharos has led in the past, I believe. Donphan's definitely a lead Pokemon if it comes. Stealth Rocks, of course, but we can just OHKO that with Blizzard. And then Dragonite we've seen versus us as well, so that could be a problem as well. And then Gudra also has a chance to come as a lead mon, and we can usually take that on pretty nicely with Alolan Ninetales. And Timid is our nature, so we just get that speed creep, as I mentioned earlier. Next up is Maximus coming back this week. And I did change Maximus' set a lot. A weird set that I haven't brought ever before. Of course, last time we battled, we brought Mismagius, and this time I'm bringing Maximus instead. I think that's the only thing I swapped out on the team, was Maximus for Mismagius, because Mismagius doesn't really have a great battle. I think I brought it primarily last time to help me negate Earthquakes, But this time, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm going full offensive this week. We're not doing any defense. We're just going straight into offensive power and taking things out. There is one defensive member, sort of. He's a pseudo-defensive member, but you'll see him later. But Maximus is running Calm Mind, Ancient Power, Moonblast, and Shadow Ball. Now, you might notice I have no stabs, and that's because Jirachi does not need any stabs this week. Psychic's not going to help me out with anything, and Steel doesn't give me any help either. So I went with different moves to try to take on different things here. And then I have Calm Mind as a nice way to check some of the things he has on his team. He's going to try to take me out with like Talonflame and things like that, but we easily just skip to come in and set up Calm Minds and just knock off people like no problem. In the stat wise, we're bringing max special attack and max special defense and a little bit of speed. We get 260 speed, again we outspeed Gudra if it's max speed, so that's really nice for us because we can get that special attack drop with Moonblast occasionally. And I expect him to bring it special. It makes sense that his physical dragon would be Dragonite. But he could bring it special physical Gudra, which also would work, but you know, I don't really see too much of that coming. I see more of a special one, and that's what he's run in the past, so I'm not going to even think about it. Leftovers is the ability, Serene Grace is the item, Serene Grace is our ability, and Serene Grace, for those of you who don't know, it boosts the move, it has double the secondary effects. So things like Ancient Power, we have a 20%. We have 20% to get a complete stat boost with Ancient Power. So that'll be a lot of fun, especially if I want to sweep with Jirachi. And this week we're just bringing a bunch of sweepers, a bunch of powerhouses, and you'll see that throughout the sets. So Maximus can beat Gudra at +2 as long as it doesn't have a fire move. That's another thing we got to worry about. Fire move. Blastoise can set up on Politoed maybe. Of course, we know the set is going to be Whirlpool and Parasong trying to trap us in. So maybe not the best play against Politoed. Of course, Politoed does that to everyone, so one of these guys is just going to set up and take a hit. We can beat Maggot Alakazam at +2. We can beat Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash at +3. Donphan at +4, and Dragonite at +2. So if I need to come in and do some work on some of the other mons, I have a chance with Jirachi once I set up. Alolan Sandslash and Donphan are the ones that I'm not expecting to have to come in and fight. Maybe just do a little chip damage on it. As you can tell, I don't have any moves for those Pokemon, so it's going to be a pain in my butt to deal with them. But I will go ahead and give you the setup for Alolan Ninetales and Maximus. I didn't mention it in Alolan Ninetales' breakdown, but I'll go ahead and do that. So Alolan Ninetales maybe can set up against Gudra if it doesn't have a fire move. Azumarill 1 time, Blastoise 2 times maybe, depending on Toxic. Politoed 2 times if I want to stay in. Ampharos 2 times maybe, and Donphan 1 time. And then Maximus can set up on Gudra as long as it doesn't have any fire type moves. Blastoise as much as it wants. So if I Blastoise versus Jirachi, I'm +6 in. That's just going to let you know that now. I'm going to go +6. Talonflame can do it 1 time, and Ampharos maybe, and also Magnezone. So that's going to be a lot of fun with Jirachi putting in some work this week. Next up is Scott's, and Scott's always got to come this week. Got to come versus 2E with his super water team that he has never run Rain Dance on yet, that I have seen. So 2E, I don't know what you drafted. If you're going to draft all those water types and you're going to do a Rain Dance team, then do a Rain Dance team. I think he really just tried to go for what I did last season and draft a pseudo Rain Dance team, and he just failed drafting it. So if that's not what you did too, I'm sorry that I'm bagging on you in these videos, but you know, he's my friend. He knows I'm just messing with him. I want to make him better. That's what the whole point of this video is. Shaman brought a little bit of a different set as well. We're running max HP, of course, max special attack, the modest nature, boosting that special attack to 328, putting in a lot of work, and then just a little bit of cheeky defense to deal with some stuff. But we are running Giga Drain, Earth Power, Hidden Power Fighting, and Dazzling Gleam. No, we're not running Hidden Power Fighting. I don't know why that's there. We're running Seed Flare. The good thing I go over these sets, right? Giga Drain, Earth Power, Seed Flare, and Dazzling Gleam. We're going to be able to take on some things here with Scott's, and primarily we're running Dual Grass because Assault Vest gives me that special bulk that I need to stay around, as well as Giga Drain can give me my HP back, and Seed Flare is more powerful and also can drop the special defense stat. So good to run double grass type stab on Shaman. I find it really fun to use this week. And of course, Assault Vest is the item because I just mentioned it, and then Natural Cure in case he goes for Toxic. So this thing is probably going to be my counter to the water types that he's going to try to Toxic stall me out with. because I can just switch out with Natural Cure and not have to worry about it. I don't have to set up, really. So, Scots can beat Azumarill and Blastoise. Again, it is my main counter to Azumarill and Blastoise. Azumarill, I doubt he brings. He hasn't brought it a single week. We're almost done. We have one more week left after this week. I still don't think he's going to bring it. He probably should have traded it away earlier in the season. But, you know, that's up to him. Also, it beats Blastoise. Again, Jirachi also can counter Blastoise pretty nicely. So, either one of those two for Blastoise is going to be nice. I doubt he brings it. He shouldn't bring it. He's probably going to bring the same team as he brought last time we battled, so I'm not worried about it. But we also can beat Mega Alakazam, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash. Maybe it depends on the calc, I guess. If we get a nice, it's like a 50, sort of around a 50% for Earth Power to Oko. So hopefully that does it. And if it doesn't, then we lose. But you know, it's what it is. And we also can beat Donphans, so it gives me another counter to Donphan. Scott's really is just here to pressure his team, give me a nice defensive pivot if I need it. Also can put in a lot of offensive work too. And as you can tell, half my team is special attackers and half my team is physical attackers. So the special attackers aren't really that strong besides Jirachi getting the setup and Alolan Ninetales also setting up. But if I hit that Seed Flare on something, one of those two can just come in and finish up that Pokemon no problem. So I'm not worried about that, and I really like that for Jirachi and Ninetales to be able to feed off of this Pokemon. And I think these three Pokemon have a great synergy this week. We have a pseudo Fairy Dragon skill core here, but we're throwing grass instead of dragon. But if you really want to see our Fairy Dragon Steel Core, we're bringing a Dragon type and Garchomp. So yeah, we do have a Fairy Dragon Steel Core in here. We also have a Grass Water Fire Core, so we have both cores coming in to fight him. I just realized that, and that's great. I'm so happy I planned it that way. Death Wish is the exact same set as the week before. Nothing changed. Earthquake, Outrage, Stealth Rock, and Dragon Claw. Choice Band, Rough Skin, Max Attack, 160 speed, outspeed things with 308. Being able to outspeed Choice Scarfs and such like that. And also put in a lot of damage. And just so you know, Death Wish can beat Goodra, Kangaskhan, Blastoise, Politoed. Again, those are both sketchy because they can. Well, I can get burned with Scald from either of them, and they also can set up Toxic, so not the best thing. We can beat Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash, Donphan, maybe. It comes down to a calc. Dragonite with no setup, and Magnezone. Because if Dragonite's set up, he OHKOs me with his Dragon-type move. Is basically who outspeeds who at that point. He only is 259 max speed, I believe. So we're 308. He can't touch us as long as we get a free switch in and we just come in and take him on. So maybe Garchomp would be a nice lead counter as well. And we go into our fire type of the Fire Water Grass Core. Sheesh, can't talk today. And it's got Tony coming back this week. I found a little bit of a different set this week. Instead of Thunder Punch, I'm running Outrage. I feel like it does a lot more damage, and it does a lot better against some of his big threats. As we saw the week before, and Incineroar put a good chunk of work in on his Dragonite, trying to set up with Intimidate. So we're bringing Intimidate again. We got Assault Vest here, give me a little bit more bulk City coming this week. I think I wanted to change his defensive stats around. I don't think I really wanted to run Max here. I'm going to put 4 in defense. I will look at the stat again before I go into the battle to see what I wanted to run. But I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I did. This is not the right set. I remember what the set is now. The set is max defense, max HP, and just a little bit in attack with Adamant Nature boosting that attack stat. So, most of Incineroar cannot OHKO anything. That's the problem. But the perk is we're sitting... almost 400 HP, almost 300 defense, and just over 200 special defense. So this thing is going to be a tank this week, putting in a lot of work. I know Fire's not the best defensive typing in the world, but we will be able to put in some work this week, hitting defensive stuff. And even if like Earthquake users are going to be the problem here, we have max defense, and we also have Intimidate to weaken them down. So Tony's going to be a good help this week. And since the change in the set, Tony's now able to deal with Goodra, Kangaskhan, Azumarill, maybe, as long as it doesn't get, like, as long as it's not a belly drum set, which would be a pain in the butt because Aqua Jet 2 skills. Blastoise, maybe again Toxic is the problem. Politoed, maybe again Toxic is the problem. Of course, we can't knock it off, so it can't really deal a lot of damage. We can beat Mega Alakazam with knockoff. Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash, because it's not going to want to come against the Fire-type move, which we aren't running. And Dragonite and Magnezone. So Tony's going to be one of my best counters for Dragonite. Of course, I'm hoping he just leads with it if he's bringing it, and then Ninetales just deals with it. But Tony can be a nice little switch in if he tries to start setting up and stuff. And also, that's why Outrage is on the set, because it just hits him twice and he's gone. So I will get Dragonite dead. No problem. And last but not least, a Fire Water Grass Core is not complete without its water type. So we got Mega Gyarados coming back this week. Hopefully, I mean, I'd be happy to see it go sweep, go 6-0 sweep this week. I mean, it did a 5 last time because it would have died to Gale Wing's Acrobatics because it's priority and it's stab and it does a lot of damage. But we do have a Gyarados this week. It can be Mega, it can be regular, and it's exactly the same set, running Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Crunch, Earthquake. Intimidate is its ability to help me deal with the Dragonite, and of course, this is not as great against Dragonite as it is now. We had Assault Vest last time, and that helped out a lot. Mega Gyarados ain't got that help, so we're going to have to be careful how we switch in. I'm going to give it Defense over Special Defense, so I just changed that real quick. But we are running Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly Nature, so we can outspeed things. We can outspeed everything but Alakazam at +1, so that's what we want to do. And then Defense sitting at 4. I might change the speed stat around depending on where things sit. I want to keep it above Kangaskhan, so it'll probably just be a little bit off without the setup. And that'll be it. All the deal. But Gyarados, of course, can beat Kangaskhan, Blastoise, Politoed, maybe, again, Poison is a thing. Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Alolan Sandslash, Donphan, and Magnezone. Then Mega Gyarados can beat Gudra, Kangaskhan, Blastoise, Politoed. I didn't write Blastoise on this set, which is weird. I didn't write Blastoise down as something it could beat, but obviously it does. Blastoise, Politoed, maybe again, Toxic is a pain in the butt. Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash, Donphan, and Magnezone. And Gyarados can set up on, in its regular form, Kangaskhan, maybe Blastoise, Politoed, Talonflame, Alolan Sandslash, and Donphan. And then that Kangaskhan stat is going to be this question mark because it depends on what set he brings. And then Mega Gyarados can set up on Blastoise, Politoed, Talonflame, Alolan Sandslash, and Magnezone. So I want it to deal with stuff. It probably can set up on Donphan and Kangaskhan too. I just probably don't want it to do that because it probably can just OHKO it. And that's what I'm going for. But that is the squad. That is the team. We're looking nice. This is a max, a full attack stat, guys. We're going all offensive. No defensive plays this week. I know I like to play a little bit. I like to play a little bit sneaky in the defensive category, making sure I can live things and tank some shots. Well, this week I'm throwing caution to the wind and just going for it. As I said, I'm sitting at number 1 right now in the league. I would like to keep that position, so at least I win the league regular-wise, even if I don't win the playoffs. But I told Tui I might meme him, and this is my meme for him. This is my, hey, he's stupid, can't bring the same set every week. Gotta change it up. Gotta calc for each person. So Tui, if you're watching this, I hope you take this to heart in your next match. Change up your sets a little bit. Try some different things out. What have you got to lose? I mean, you're not making it at the playoffs anyway. The playoff teams are set. The top 4 are making it to the playoffs because the other 2 can't catch up with only 2 matches left. But hopefully you will have a great season next year. And I'm hoping to work with Tui a little bit to get him in better shape to battle because, you know, I'm a nice guy like that. I mean, despite me belittling him in this video, but, you know, it's Tui. I'm allowed to do that. So, make sure you go give him some love. I'll put his link in the match description. Not this one, but it'll be in the description of the match. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the match versus 2v5 and the Derby Donphans, where we will come out victorious and continue our win streak into the playoffs, which is what we want to do. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you do check out the rest of the playthroughs going on the channel. Of course, the Shiny Badge Quest is always a lot of fun. Go check out. And if you are enjoying this video, and if you think you will enjoy the rest of the videos on my channel, or if you want to just stay up to date with the PDL or the Shiny Badge Quest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. And also leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed. But that is my team builder for week number 10 of the PDL Season 3 versus the Derby Donphans. Hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, My name is ChaosMay006, and I am signing off. Stay safe, and burn it up.